I watched Return to Silent Hill, and I am personally not convinced that this movie had a plot. I think it had memories of one, and this is coming from someone that has played the game that this movie is apparently based on, which means that I spent 2 hours of my life just recognizing stuff and still being very confused. Welcome to Movies I Watch So You Don't Have To, where I suffer through chaotic cinema so you can make informed decisions. Today's offering, as I mentioned at the beginning, is Return to Silent Hill. And this one hurt my feelings. Because as far as I'm concerned, Silent Hill 2 is a masterpiece. It has everything. I mean, it's got psychological horror, layered storytelling, atmosphere so heavy it can be classified as weather. Everything in it means something. So naturally, when they decided to take this masterpiece and turn it into a movie, they thought, yeah, let's just stick to visuals and vibes. When you adapt a game like Silent Hill 2, you either respect the narrative or reinterpret it with intention. This movie just decided to do recognition mode. Watching this felt like, oh, I recognize that scene. Oh, I recognize that place. Oh, I recognize this character, but with no context. It was like watching someone reference inside jokes for 2 hours and you're just sitting there thinking, huh? In this movie, the monsters just appear dramatically, where in the game they represent something like punishment or repression or emotional conflict. There is a reason why these monsters appear, and they're a reflection of something that is happening with our lead character. Here, they just appear because, you know, attendance. There is a scene in this movie where our lead and his temporary sidekick are approaching the hospital and they see a monster, and so they go into hiding at the side of the car, and then the monster starts to approach the side of the car, so they circle to the front of the car, and so the monster comes towards them past the side of the car, and they're just hiding in the front of the car, and they have the option to now move to the other side of the car. There is all this space, but they decide that they are just going to stay in this spot and hope that this monster doesn't see them. And of course, the monster doesn't see them because reasons. Then we have the lift scene where they are being attacked by a horde of nurses. So James and his temporary sidekick run into the lift. There is clearly no electricity, but James just thinks, yeah, I'm going to keep pressing this button. And he keeps pressing the button, and nothing is happening. And then occasionally he's bashing the monsters and he presses the button, and then his temporary sidekick gets stabbed, and then James presses the button again, and then magically the lift works because apparently the narrative urgency restored infrastructure. If you haven't played the game, this movie is confusing. If you have played the game, this movie is confusing, but you're just providing your own subtitles. At multiple points in this movie, I kept thinking to myself, did anyone explain to anyone involved in the making of this movie what any of these things that they were doing meant, what they were meant to symbolize? Did anyone actually know, or was everyone just vibing with fog and references? In the game, the ending is tragic, it's ambiguous, it is emotionally devastating. This movie decides that what if all of this was just a premonition? We're just rehearsing. This is just a rehearsal. None of it. Ugh. James just gets a do-over because reasons. Silent Hill 2 is not powerful because of what happens. It is powerful because of what happens means. When you change the meaning, you change the story. And if you're not changing the story for a better story, then why are you doing it? This isn't the kind of bad movie that makes you laugh. It's the kind of bad movie that makes you stare at the screen and try not to scream as you watch it, and you think, you guys had everything you needed. You had it. You had all the answers. And still, this. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give this movie a nada. Nope, not happening. I am not going to do it. No. With that in mind, I will continue navigating chaotic adaptations so you do not have to. Please protect your peace. I will catch you in the next video. Mwah!